Hi, this is Tutor P, and this is lesson 760. Title of today's lesson is the difference between cold snap, cold spell, cold wave, and cold front. Yeah, students often ask, what is the difference between these four terms? Okay, if somebody wants a screenshot, do it now. Let's get right to it. All right, a cold snap is a short and sudden period of cold weather. Now you see I've underlined some words to give you key hints so you can understand each word better. A snap is short. It doesn't last very long. Just like when you snap your fingers, you can do it very fast. So a cold snap is a short and sudden period of cold weather, especially when unexpected. It is basically a brief cold spell. So cold snap is just like cold spell, but usually a lot shorter. Now, a cold spell is a period when temperatures are much lower than usual for a particular season. Now, in the winter, you expect temperatures to be cold. It's the winter. But even during that period, sometimes you can have a week or 10 days where the temperatures are even very cold for the winter. They've dropped quite a bit. That period we usually refer to as a cold spell. At least in the U.S., a cold spell is often used as an opposite to heat wave. So in the U.S., when we have hot weather that is much hotter than normal summer temperatures for a period of time, we call it a heat wave. And as an opposite, we usually say cold spell. The word spell is really just equal to a period of time. All right, now cold wave, I don't hear it as much in the U.S., but it's possible you could. It's a sudden period of low temperatures, usually over a land area, moving and following the passage of a cold front until it breaks. Now, remember, when we use the word wave, what do waves do? Waves move. So we're thinking about it moving, and then when a wave hits a high point, it suddenly breaks and it suddenly stops. So that's kind of the idea behind it when we say wave. Okay. So just like I said, it tends to be might be a little bit more of a British use. All right, now cold front is a mass of moving cold air, usually coming from a colder climate or colder country. So that's the point about the front. It's a big piece of air that's moving from a colder area. We're usually talking about it when it hasn't actually got there yet. It's going to hit, and it's coming towards you. So it's a cold front. Okay. All right, we got 4 examples here to show just how it's used. Here's the first one. We will have a cold snap for about 48 hours, and then it will return to normal temperatures, whatever the normal is for that period or that season. Number 2, we are going to have to bear this cold spell for more than a week. So just like I said, if we're going to say a spell, it usually is longer than the snap, so we'll use it that way. Number 3, there is a cold wave moving through, but it is expected to linger about 4 or 5 days before it breaks. Just like it says, when it breaks, that's when it ends. Just like a wave will die down when it breaks. Okay, and number 4, there is a cold front moving down from Canada that will hit our area in a few days. Yeah, we often joke about that, that we might say like Canada sent us a cold front or something like that. A cold front is moving from there. We know that cold air is coming from there, so it's that big piece of cold air. So a lot of times we will use it before it even arrives. It's coming. They know it. The weather forecasters are warning you. Okay, anyway, I hope now you got a better feel of when you're more likely to use one of these terms than the other. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.